Has it ever crossed your mind, like, how does she want me to thrust during sex? And this is probably one of my favorite things to talk about, and I've actually never talked about it here on my channel, which is crazy. But listen, by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to perfect your thrust to where she thinks that you have a magic stick that is changing her life. If you're new here, I'm Arica Angelo, dating and relationship coach, expert for 16 years, television host, author, speaker. You're in good hands. Make sure that you subscribe and like this video. Like this video, like this video. Did I say like this video? So thrusting, this is why it's so important, and this is why it's very monumental that you get it right. Get it right, get it right, get it tight. There's not a lot of things in today's modern society that can give a woman the experience that you're a man. Like I could go off on a whole different tangent about how pissed off this makes me of how reduced modern society has made masculinity. I'm going to save that for another day, but I am of the mindset that men still need to be men. But it's kind of hard for women to see that masculinity. And so the way that she experiences your masculinity is through your thrust. Think about it. You know, it's like, what are you going to tell her? Like, hey, look at this deal I just pushed through, or look how fast I can type on my keyboard, or watch how many Netflix videos I can watch in a row. There's not a lot that just really inspires that masculine curiosity for a woman to even get excited about you as a masculine man. But there's one area that you can always control that in, and that is through your thrust. And so I want to tell you how to do it. There's a certain way, like when guys really know what they're doing, it is a very addictive. I have to say, a man who knows how to thrust, he's super addictive. It's kind of like, not that I've ever done crack, but I'm pretty sure it's like crack. It's like you just want it again and again and again. And this is where, whether you're well endowed or not so well endowed, doesn't matter. When you know how to thrust, you can show us that power that you have, where she may perceive you as like maybe not as strong, not as dominant, not as masculine. But when you give her a hard thrust or a powerful thrust or a very connected thrust or a very well calculated thrust, when you know how to do all that, it changes our perception of you. Believe it or not, we get to experience you a different way all through the way that you thrust and use your penis. Like how we perceive you, all of that can change by the way that you thrust. So I hope that that makes you well excited, and I'm sure you probably haven't even heard that a woman's whole perception of you can be changed in the way that you thrust. So let's get into thrusting. And also, if you're like one of those guys and you're like, Arica, I can't even get to the bedroom, it's just nerve-wracking, then please get that free download, the 7 exercises that will help boost your confidence in the bedroom. And I start off with here so that it really prepares you. So go get it. It's in the comment section. It's in the description. So when you guys are just starting to have sex, the one thing you don't want to do is come out the gate thrusting really, really hard. Unless, here's the caveat, unless you got, can you tell, I'm like, I don't know if you can see, but I'm like really holding down my dress. I'm talking like with one hand at a time, and I'm pulling on my microphone every time I do that. I didn't think that through. So when you are, like, if you have insane foreplay and she's just so hot and heavy, yes, you can come out of the gate thrusting like a champion. But you always, before any of that happens, the most important thing you need to make sure is that we are wet. Whether that is she's naturally wet because you've turned her on so much, whether it's because you've taken some saliva and you've put it inside of her through fingering her, any of these kind of things, her natural moistness, you adding some moistness. You know, there are some guys that do it takes a special guy to pull off the spit, but you know the guys who just, maybe you don't know, but some guys will just spit and then grease it up and you're like, what just happened? But then when the delivery comes and you're like, oh, whatever you just did, none of it matters. All that matters is the thrust. So yeah, the thrust really excites me because I think that this is a way that you get to show a different part of your personality. It's a way that you can demonstrate and give her an experience of a different part of your identity, of who you really are. So always make sure we're good and moist. But one of the things is, damn this microphone. One of the things is when you are just getting started and you guys, like, let's say that it's been that gentle foreplay and you guys are consensually ready and you're like, okay, it's time. I want to feel your member inside of my nectar. Not that anyone talks like that, but I'm just saying if it's getting there, that's where you want to be very gentle with the thrust. So it's just kind of it's just the tip in and out. Don't put the whole thing in, like just the tip, and kind of work it. And what you're doing is when you've got just the tip and you're going in and out just a little bit, what you're doing is you're taking the moisture that's inside of her and you're building up that moisture. So it's like whoosh, whoosh, building up the moisture there. And as you can feel her getting more wet down there, what you want to do is go in just a little bit deeper every time. And so you're building up that pleasure, that you're escalating her pleasure all through the power of your penis, which is just beautiful. Like, can we just take a moment and just, let me see if I can do this like with my dress. Can we just all give a hand clap, a round of applause for the penis? Can we thank God for the penis? Can we thank your mom and dad for giving you a penis? Thank you for the penis. You should be like clapping, like, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Like be proud of what you can do with that thing, because it can be a real game changer. So when you're going in and out, when you can tell that her pleasure is starting to get worked up, so we're moaning a little bit louder, or we're grabbing you, like we're grabbing your ass, the eyes start rolling, we seem a bit out of control, that's when you want to start giving more of that thrust. Not a hard thrust, don't go in just like super hard, but give it more power. When you want to give us the ultimate thrust is when we are just screaming and we're clenching sheets and pillows, our nails are in your skin, our back is arched. That is the moment that you want to give that ultimate, like just that thrust, that deep penetration. And if you're like, Arica, I actually want to know more about that part, you can always check out my Mastering Intimacy course. I'll put that in the comment section as well. That's kind of like the ABCs. Like, it takes you all the way through from the mindset that you need to have all the way to the very end to what I'm talking about right now, the penetrative thrust, but in way more detail. So you can get that as well. It's in the comment section and the description. But yeah, it's when we're at that level, that's when we want your power. And I'll never forget like talking to a girlfriend, and she was dating a really shy guy. And I was like, it's always those shy ones. So this is good for you introverts. If you're an introverted guy or you're shy, like this is where you get to really shine. This is where you get to cut loose and show her that you ain't no bitch, This is where you can be like, yeah, all those other guys, they think they know what they're doing. They not like us. They not like us. And that's where you can really show her what's up with what you really carry, that power from that thunder down under. I was like, yeah, and she was like, how did you know? I was like, because I know it. No, I don't know everything, but she was like, yeah, like in the bedroom, like there's this whole like animal power side. And it's like, believe it or not, we want to see that. It's important that you show both sides to us with the thrust, the gentle, the working up, the escalating. And then just when we can't take it anymore, it's giving that power. It's when you're going all the way in, you're going deep, and you're going in and out. And sometimes when it's really worked up, it's that slamming where you can just hear the clap like pow, 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 pow. When it gets really to that level, that's like And if it's too much, like most women, if you see her like pulling back, or if she says, ow, 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 like then you know you can back off just a little bit. But sometimes the ow, there's a good pleasure behind the ow as well. So this is where you guys have to build safety with each other. So I hope that that helped you. In the comment section, tell me like, which of these moves is your favorite? Do you like the gentle part at the beginning, or are you the guy you're like, no, Arica, I'm here for the powerful thrust? I want to hear gentle or powerful in the comment section. One last bonus tip that I will give you is this, is you can always tease us. And this is a part that makes us addicted, is when you know how to tease with your thrust. So when she is aching for it and you're like, no, I'm not going to give it all to you, and she's expecting you to go into like horsepower mode and just beating that up, you know what I mean? Where we're like, just give it, man. And you're like, no. And then you just keep teasing with the in and out. This drives us crazy. I mean, she may want to bitch slap you by the end of it, but let me tell you, it works. So I hope you subscribed. I hope you like this video and get the free course or Mastering Intimacy. But I've got a whole set of videos for you to watch. Really remove all the distractions. If you want to become a better lover, really take advantage of these videos, write notes, and then go out and apply. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.